What is going on, friends? It is Mike. We are live. What do you hit for upper body? That's just what I'm going to tell you, because today was upper body day. Crushed it, had a lot of fun, met up with some friends. It's an awesome workout. So we started off with doing something a little bit different. Started off with a little bit of cardio. 10 minutes on the incline, 3-speed, maximum incline. I could only get 6 minutes in before I was like, this is actually harder than I expected. Completely new, just felt like getting some steps in, felt like getting some cardio in to get things started. So 6 minutes at 3-speed, I'm gonna push myself to get to the point where I could do 15 minutes on 3-speed at a maximum incline. And in this instance, we did 6 minutes and I dropped it down to maybe half an incline, and then kind of worked my way back down. Good way to get a little bit of cardiovascular, a little bit of blood flow. Then we moved it on to the first lift of the day, which was overhead press. Sets of 6 to 8, worked my way up to 95 pounds. Actually, worked my way up to a heavy-ish single of 135, 155. I will say my wrist was kind of bothering me. So I was like, all right, humble yourself. Don't, listen to your body. Listen to your body, don't listen to your body. So got to the heavy single double, dropped it down to 95 pounds, did sets of 6 to 8, really strict form, not using any kind of leg drive, not using any kind of forward momentum from hip drive, just strictly pressing the weight up, keeping the effort on the shoulders and upper body. So then we moved it on to dumbbell incline bench press. Just the first level of the incline, and we worked our way up to, I think, 75 pounds for sets of 6 to 8. Felt good, felt strong. Then Smith machine bench press, did it was a 45 and a 25 on each side, so 135, 205, something like that. Sets of 4 by 5, and again, this with the Smith incline, just a very slight incline on the chest press. And it really, it was also a close grip. So it does hit your chest, but it's also going to hit your triceps a little bit more specifically. So 4 reps, 5 sets, felt good. Then we moved it on to dumbbell shoulder press, 35 for sets of 8. And that felt good again. 35 actually felt a little bit light. I could have gone a little bit heavier. 35 is just what the program, as I'm kind of doing a progressive overload, I kind of plan it out and then do whatever I've planned out and take the feedback from there. 35 felt light, but it felt good, felt strong, and keeping the form really tight, making sure you get full range of motion, coming all the way down to the bottom of the set, taking the tip of the barbell to the top of your shoulder or the top of your bicep, and then pressing up from there. I am working on not locking out, because when you lock out, you actually relieve a little bit of tension from the muscle. So it gives you a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break. But if you hit the movement to maybe 95%, just below that point of locking out, it keeps the tension and the stress localized on the muscle group that you're hitting. So I'm experimenting with that kind of form, just it's a little bit more of a bodybuilding style of form instead of what I'm used to. Powerlifting is you always essentially go to lockout. It's a time under tension kind of thing. Then we moved it on to, I did kind of a superset side lateral raise with a bicep curl with a front raise. So pretty much just 10 pounds lightweight, but when you're doing, I was doing sets of 10 on each, so it definitely it was a little bit more of a superset, lower intensity in terms of the weight, higher volume in terms of just getting more reps in and doing essentially 3 exercises in one. But that felt good, and I'm experimenting with the side lateral raise or the lateral raise movement. Again, something historically that I've never specifically hit or targeted from a shoulder day perspective. I see a lot of people who have these big, awesome, boulder-like shoulders, and part of me is I want to see my shoulders grow. I think there's still a little bit of room for improvement and growth in from a physique perspective. But I've also doing some research. The physique of having big shoulders is a little bit of a newer style of optimum physique. I really like that more classic physique, which is a smaller delt but a bigger bicep. And when you look at like the classic physique, like the people who pretty much built the industry from like a classic physique perspective, they really focus on, if you have too big of a delt, it takes away from, and it makes your biceps look smaller. This is the rationale behind it. Whether or not you believe it or not, I don't know. But I strategically would like to see I would like to see a bigger bicep accentuated with a slightly larger delt. And that's just the way that I'm approaching my training. So again, like, and that's from a physique perspective, but from a, I want to get my shoulders stronger, so then it translates over to bench press, it translates over to overhead press, hitting the lateral raise and seeing the progressive overload and working towards a progressive overload on the lateral raise movements, getting stronger there, also getting stronger with your biceps. With our biceps, we're going to see that translate to a stronger overhead press, a stronger bench press. And that's also the, you know, two sides of the same coin. Then we moved it on to some cable work, rear delt crossover, sets of 16, cable pec fly, sets of 16, easy bar tricep press, sets of 16. And then we went into the posing room and took a selfie and, you know, chatted a little bit with a couple of friends, and then we wrapped it up for the day. So that is upper body day. I enjoyed it, had fun, got a good pump in, looking good, feeling good, and I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend, rest of their Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well, and we'll catch up with you again real soon. All right, talk to you later. Bye.